Hello, and welcome to Ryan Reviews the Universe, bringing you the best tunes, the best takes, and the best times for you, the best people. I'm Ryan Mason Cup, and with me this week,
Ian Morin.
Yep, and we are here to talk to you about some current events, what's going on as far as movies coming out and all that stuff, and then just talk about random stuff in general. Yesterday was Halloween, so I'm sure we're going to do a good deal of talking about spooky season. So, all that good stuff. We're going to go on a quick break, and we will be back talking to you about current events. Stay tuned. And we're back, and I lied. We're not going to be talking about current events right now. We're going to be talking about just how weird the Spy Kids franchise was. In like a couple of weeks, I was thinking about having a segment on just movies that terrified me as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And the first Spy Kids was one of them. You sort of understand where I'm coming from here?
I do exactly know where you're coming from.
Like, they had those finger monsters. Like
the thumb guys?
Yeah, the thumb guys. Like, they had no eyes. It's just a thumb.
Just a thumb.
That freaked me out as a kid. Oh, my gosh.
Bro, and the castle that the one guy lived in, too, was also really trippy and scary as well. Like, the floor would just fall out underneath from them all the time, and all those other crazy passageways. Who
on earth created that? Another thing, like, so the villain is crazy. The kids, in the first movie, you've got the villain is some sort of toy maker, right?
Yeah, he also makes like some TV show.
Yeah,
the
that's
Fruit
right.
Loops.
Yeah,
it's something weird like that.
might as well be. But in addition, oh my gosh. So they also genetically engineer
the brain.
Clones of like influential people's children to be used as an army. I mean, that is literally so screwed up. And like they've got laser eyes and stuff. Like who
and like ultimate ninjas or whatever.
Created by Robert Rodriguez. Okay. American filmmaker and visual effects supervisor. Spy Kids films also did Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Of course they did.
That doesn't surprise me again. And and Machete. Yeah. So this is the other thing I wanted to bring up. The Machete universe and the Spy Kids universe are one and the same.
Yep.
Because the Machete, the Spy Kids, the titular Spy Kids' crazy uncle is Machete, and
like the actual uncle, because then you got the fake uncle, when he rips off his mustache and he's like, "I'm not your uncle." That part always got me every time. That's like the highlight.
Jeez. But like if you've not seen Machete, that's not exactly congruent with the tonality set in Spy Kids. It's a little bit more gruesome and bloody and not PG rated. Let's just put it that way. But Danny Trejo is funny in the Spy Kids movies, and I don't know what other movies he's been in recently. But no, the Robert Rodriguez. He's also done recently, apparently, Attila Battle Angel. I can't say I've seen that, but
I've never heard of that one.
It's an adaptation of a manga anime series. I've heard mixed reviews from people who care very, very deeply on those subjects, so I'm not sure whether to watch it or not. I probably will at some point.
So out of there was 3 Spy Kids, right?
No, there were 4.
There was 4?
There was 4. I can't.
Which one is the 4th one?
All the time in the world.
2011?
It's not starring. Jeez. It's new Spy Kids, so not the original 2. Not Danny and no, it's Junie and
Carmen.
Carmen, yeah, Junie and Carmen. So it's sort of like a reboot, but it's also the 4th movie.
Would you count that one as part of the franchise or not?
Yeah, because you have like appearances from the old cast and all that stuff. Danny Trejo makes appearances before.
Is Machete still in this one?
Well, no, because he's Machete. Like he's a Machete in the Machete franchise and in the Spy Kids franchise. They're just one and the same. It's all just one big, like Marvel, you were way behind the curve on this one, dude, because you want to see a real cinematic universe. Just look at Spy Kids and Machete, dude.
Machete's
like,
all
come
over
on.
the place.
But
I still can't believe that there was a fourth one. I've never heard of this movie.
I think I might have been watching it while watching one of my little sisters, and I think I fell asleep 10 minutes in, and I'm like, okay, I might as well.
You barely got past the credits, the
browse
intro
Reddit
credits.
instead. It was not good. It was all right. Actually, have I explained to you my ranking system for movies?
No.
Okay,
I need to hear this.
I can see Noah and Lucas just rolling their eyes in the background right now. So the way I rate movies is on a scale from -7 to 7, where
Okay.
0 is the absolute worst.
What?
Yeah, 0 is the absolute worst. 7 is the best movie possible, and then -7 is the best bad movie possible. So like,
Oh, bad as in it's a good thing.
yeah,
Okay.
like The Room. Or
Okay, yeah.
Like the Street Fighter movie. That's a good -6.
Okay. That's a good -6
I
right
love the Street Fighter movie. It's so bad. Oh,
have you seen
scrumptious.
Freddy Got Fingered?
I have not seen.
Oh my goodness, that would be a -7 on your
Really?
scale. I
Okay.
promise you.
Okay. All right. Let's see what else. Yeah. So, jeez, it's just so very, very strange. Spy Kids 2. It had Steve Buscemi in it, right? And Steve Buscemi, I swear to God, Buscemi Spy Kids quote. He has this quote in this movie that I was like, "There's no way they put this in a kids movie." The quote goes, "Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?" And it's just Steve Buscemi saying this in Spy Kids 2, and I'm like, "What?"
Literally.
It's like sneaking this little guy in there, like, oh my gosh, it's just
I saw a lot of memes about that one too, actually.
Yeah.
Because I forgot that quote was in there. I remember.
a lot of memes. Those movies are just memeable in general. Like they're just so out there.
They're of the age of being, quality memes nowadays. I feel like there's a lot of good hidden quotes in there that, will transcend for a long time.
I just can't. I honestly can't. And what made it even more crazy is like the third Spy Kids movie came out at like the height of when directors were discovering 3D technology was a thing, and they did it in the most obnoxious way possible. Like every other scene, like screws from giant robots were just pelting at your face, and like this isn't a fun viewing experience. You're just increasing my anxiety.
Yeah.
Like stop.
They just didn't understand how the technology actually worked.
Mm-hmm. All right, so for me, quick review of all. I'm not gonna
Of the three
of the
or the
three.
four? Because I didn't even know that there was a fourth one.
I'm just gonna say for the purposes of me rating this, I have not seen 4 in any large stretch of the imagination. So 1, I'll give a 4 out of 7, so above the curve. Good job. 2, it's a -3. It's a good bad movie, but it's not even good at being a good bad movie. And then 3 is going to be I give 3 a -5. Like it's just so dumb and poorly scrapped together, and just like, what am I watching? Like you'll go out of it after 2 hours of watching the film, and you'll be like, that was a thing that just happened. Like what happened to this past time?
Like 10 minutes of character development and all this.
All lost. Oh jeez.
All right, so
we're gonna go on a quick break, and then we will be right back. I think talking about worst Mark Wahlberg films, or just like Mark Wahlberg films. Then, so stay tuned. This is WIUX, and we are back. And back with us in the studio, Lucas Newell. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
Doing well, doing just swell. All right, so Mark Wahlberg, has to be my least favorite actor in Hollywood. Strike one was the fact that Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch is a thing. Like that's egregious enough. Have you watched those music videos of him dancing? Like apparently he had an actual music career. It was like 2 years ago that I learned this, And my dad was like, you know he's not. He's a double threat, right? And I was like, no, he's not, Dad. No, he's not. He's like, yeah, he had a musical career too. And I was like, I don't believe you. And he pulls out his phone, and it's just Marky Bark and the Funky Bunch. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. And I'm like, why? Like, I have lost brain cells after viewing this right now. It is an atrocity. Strike two is the fact that, I don't know, he partook in the Transformers franchise.
He did,
briefly, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't like the Transformers movies to begin with, but like, how would you guys rate the Transformers movies? Let's go 1, 2, 3, and then 4, which is the first one with Mark Wahlberg.
I would put him at like an absolute 0.
I would go like 1, -1, 1, and then 0 as far as 4. Like, that's, oh, geez.
I agree. I mean, I think I've viewed all of them maybe once or twice, and I don't really remember much what happened in the movies.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
All I
like,
remember is just loud noises and, robots and stuff.
That's Michael Bay for you. Like, if you don't remember the basic plot line of the film, and it's like too convoluted or just too many things going on, like that isn't conducive for a good viewing experience. Like, come on. Yeah. So just like a bunch of movies, I don't know. Your guys' thoughts. Is this just me, or do I just have an irrational hate towards Mark Wahlberg?
What about like Ted? Do you not like Ted?
It had some potential, I feel like. But it wasn't necessarily properly done.
I liked the first. I like the first Ted.
Yeah.
I don't like who played Ted.
That would have been. Oh, Seth.
Is it Seth Rogen? No, it's Seth
No.
MacFarlane, isn't
Seth
it?
MacFarlane, yeah.
Yeah. Seth MacFarlane also gets on my nerves, honestly.
Really?
I don't know. It's hit or miss with him as well. But I think that Ted is among Mark Wahlberg's better movies. I think as far as the best movies he's done, it's The Departed at number 1. It's The Other Guys at number 2. And maybe The Fight. Yeah, no, it'd probably be The Fighter at number 3. And then everything else is just
mediocre
trash.
at best.
Yeah.
Ian, is that a list of all the movies he's done?
Yeah.
Here. Well, there's the let's see, what other big ones has he done? The 2001 Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, you were talking about that earlier.
Hey, have you guys seen? Oh, Boogie Nights is in there, right? That's one of his top movies.
Yeah, I would put that top 5. Okay.
But Shooter, have you guys seen Shooter?
I have not seen.
I don't think so.
Shooter is a movie where he tries to assassinate a sitting U.S. senator. And that's all he talks about the whole film. I'm going to shoot the U.S. senator.
What?
And people talk him out of it, saying, you can't shoot a U.S. senator. That's it. That's the whole movie. That's the whole movie.
That's the entire movie.
And then it ends with, I'm not going to spoil it, but the senator
ends with
says,
him
you
not
can't-
deciding not to shoot the U.S. senator.
He's in a room with the U.S. senator, and the senator says, you can't kill me. I'm a U.S. senator.
Oh my God.
I'll let your imaginations take it from there. But
Wait, when was that made?
2007.
2007.
What
All
the
right.
heck?
There was
Interesting
Pain and Gain,
times.
too.
There was Invincible, which was the Philadelphia Eagles one. Have you guys seen that? I think I watched it at least like 4 times in high school gym class because my gym teacher was from Philly, and he's like, "This is what sports movies should look like." And it's like, "No, dude, the best sports movie is Air Bud. Get it right."
Oh my goodness.
Air Bud. There's a couple Air Buds, aren't there now?
Yeah, I think there's like 3.
Oh, jeez. No, there are a lot more than 3.
Really?
Trust me, I have younger siblings.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh
yeah,
yes.
there are.
Oh
But-
jeez.
Back to Wahlberg. I love that he has a burger restaurant.
What?
Wahlburgers.
Are you serious?
Wahlburgers?
Yeah.
That's-
yeah. I've never had one.
that's-
But
Where is it like based? Is that a California thing?
I think it's a California thing. I've seen one in Las Vegas. So there's probably a couple in Boston and New York too. But
Fair enough.
it's like $14 a burger just because you're getting a Wahlburger.
Going straight to his bank account.
Yeah,
That's
straight
for
to
sure.
his bank account.
Another weird film he did was Deepwater Horizon, where Like, all right, I understand.
That is an American hero biopic. You cannot put shame.
All right,
on
so
that movie.
I'm fine with disaster films like being made and just like showing hero stuff, but like an oil spill and like your hero is a chief electronics technician on an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico is being doused in like black stuff and just like killing all the sea creatures. And it's Mark Wahlberg just looking really angsty. And I'm like, really? This had to be made? It's like, oh, geez. It won a BAFTA for Best Sound.
For best sound.
Oh my goodness.
The one movie they finally got the explosion sounds right.
Oh my gosh.
No.
It's...
Tom Hanks is out there doing like Captain Phillips and
Yeah.
the other one.
Yeah.
Like
Sully?
Sully?
Yeah.
Sully.
Those are
Like hero
a great
movies
movie.
with like, I mean, like he got put into a situation that like should never have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he found a way out. But the
Yeah.
situation wasn't like man-made. It was sort of like, oh, the airplane's going down. We got to land it on the Hudson,
Yeah.
right? Or there's pirates, right, from Somalia trying to take over my ship.
like
But the
that's...
Deepwater Horizon, it's like, oh, this oil company, they made a leaky project, and now I have to save it all.
Save the oil.
There's like environmental greed and now you've got a movie. Bada bing, bada boom. Geez. Any other... All right, so you said Shooter was... Shooter
Yeah.
was the really weird one?
Yeah.
I'll have to... Where would you rate that on...
Well, disclaimer, I haven't actually seen it.
You haven't seen it?
When I was in probably middle school, my dad was watching it in our living room, and I was doing homework in our dining room.
Uh-huh.
But he likes to have the TV volume at like a medium 80
Okay.
out of 100.
Got it. Yeah.
So like I couldn't do my beginning level algebra without hearing "You can't kill me, I'm a U.S. senator" in the background. So that might be partially my dislike towards this movie, but I would rate it at like a probably like a 2.
A 2?
Two.
Not even on the negative for just being...
A 2, maybe either a
Like a
2
negative
or
2?
like a -5.
-5. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's just... And have you guys watched Daddy's Home?
Daddy's Home. Is
Yeah.
that with him and Ferrell?
Yeah.
Ferrell?
Yep.
I have. Yeah.
Isn't Will Ferrell like he's sterile in that?
Is he
Is he sterile?
Wait,
Yeah.
He's sterile in
This
that
is
movie?
a topic
Yeah.
that comes up a lot in this radio show.
Oh, actually, yeah. So, like 2 weeks ago, we were talking about castratis.
Yeah,
weren't we?
castratos.
Oh my god.
Is Will Ferrell a castrato?
In
I
the
think
Daddy's
so. I
Home
think-
cinematic universe.
I think
Yes.
that's like why he married the lady, because she already had kids or something like that. He couldn't.
He always plays like that weird guy in the movie too. That like is still somewhat funny, but like he's just like a general person you might not want to hang out with.
Yeah. What do you guys actually think about Will Ferrell? Because I got some opinions.
I like
Do you
a
think
lot
he's
of his
funny?
films. I like.
Do you think he's funny? Because I could describe you, Will Ferrell, in like 2 or 3 different points.
It's just adult acting like a child, but it works. So I don't really have a problem with it.
Like
I think he's funny like
like
anybody
name-
in this room is. Like you can be funny at times, and then you can try to be funny at times.
Yeah.
And I think he kind of hits that try to be funny at times.
I think he
more.
has a
all the
better
time.
funny to not funny ratio than Mark Wahlberg. That's for sure. I mean, you've got Step Brothers, you've got Anchorman.
Okay, but
you've got Elf,
hear me out.
You've got Anchorman 2.
Like
Was Elf
in
funny
any-
though?
I love Elf.
Elf was actually a good
that's
movie.
heresy.
That's the
Like,
one thing.
This is you know that one meme where like you've got that woman yelling at a cat. Like I'm the woman right
I'm
now.
the
and
cat.
You're the cat.
The cat that doesn't like Elf. I just think Elf is like overrated for a Christmas movie. Like there's Die Hard. You can watch Die
It
Hard
is,
at Christmas,
kind
or you
of,
can watch
yeah.
Okay,
Elf.
I agree with you that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and actually we should have just a massive segment on just Christmas movies in a couple weeks. But like
It's not Christmas yet.
it's
man. We
not
just had
really
Halloween.
you would put Die Hard as a better Christmas movie than Elf.
That Elf, yeah. I love Die Hard.
I mean, so do
You
I.
can't
but
not love Die Hard. That
do
is a
do you
perfect
not
7.
love Elf?
I see it everywhere, and there's like
That's
some
fair.
scenes that I
That's
think
fair.
are funny, but I think it's too promoted for its own good. I think if it was like a low-key film about like a
It just-
Will Ferrell film that he promoted himself and that came around like 1 or 2 days every year, that'd be fine. But it's advertised as the Christmas
and it's
movie.
like on repeats
It's on
since like
repeats.
now till
It's
Christmas.
syndicated everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, all right, so let's see. What other movies was he in though? Zoolander.
Zoolander's good. I like.
Zoolander's amazing.
Yes.
Night at the Roxbury.
Haven't seen it.
It's, I don't know how to classify Night at the Roxbury.
It's an SNL skit made into a movie.
It is, and it's very rare that those movies actually pan out to be anything.
Anything decent.
Yeah, but I thought it was okay. He was in the producer's film with, like the adaptation from the musical with Matthew Broderick and Nathan Lane.
Okay.
And that was okay, I think. It's always so weird just adapting musicals into just full films.
How do you feel about Anchorman?
Anchorman, I like Anchorman. I thought that they played a lot of the same sort of jokes and whatnot in 2.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like Anchorman.
I think
It was pretty good.
I'm seeing your list right now. Step Brothers. That's probably my favorite Will Ferrell movie of all time.
Really?
Step Brothers or or Old School.
I mean, like,
maybe
I still don't really think he's a funny guy. I'll give it to him. There was a couple of movies that I respected that he
All right.
did.
Okay,
Actually,
Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. I mean,
I would
yeah,
I would probably
But I don't
but-
think that's funny just for Will Ferrell. I think that oh man,
the other guy,
The-
what's his name?
the other John C. Reilly
Yeah.
is probably the reason that movie is funny because it's John C. Reilly. He was a serious actor. He did The Perfect Storm, and then he just started doing these Will Ferrell movies out of nowhere.
Did you know that Anchorman and Talladega Nights were supposed to be part of a trilogy?
What?
Really?
All right, so the way it was going
What?
to work is it was going to be 3 movies where the main character is Will Ferrell, and each of the initials were going to be RB. So Ron Burgundy, Ricky Bobby, and then there was going to be a third one, and it was just going to be like these white, like dumb American dude, sort of like your
Sure.
stereotypical Will Ferrell roles put into funny scenarios. But we haven't gotten the third one yet, so.
So should we be on the
Is
lookout?
there? Yeah, I was gonna say. Is there
I think it's stuck in development
and funding?
quagmire. Yeah, whatever. I don't know, but he's got other things, and he's chosen to work on other things that aren't exactly that good. Like, all right, here's. Have you seen Holmes and Watson?
Holmes.
I've seen the commercials.
Holmes and Watson? No, I don't think so.
And I've seen enough of the commercials to know that I will never see that movie.
Yeah, that might be a straight 0. Because I had a buddy who saw Holmes and Watson, and he left the theater 30 minutes through the film, and it was just like, I mean, again, normally Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are a good duo, but for whatever reason, like they dialed the potty humor up to 11 and made it just like completely superfluous.
because it's Will
and-
Ferrell, man.
No, but like
I think that's what
It's
well,
not
that's
like
what
he's-
happens
That's what I'm
when you
trying
give
to say,
Will
like,
Ferrell too much control.
wanna know,
when
like-
the producers don't step in and say that is not funny, take it out.
like
we have
name
a better bit for
name one movie where Will Ferrell doesn't run around in his underpants.
Talladega Nights.
Megamind.
does.
Does he actually?
Yeah,
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh.
I'm on fire.
Megamind because he's
Oh,
an
it's a
animated
kid's
character and actually does his animated character run around?
Does he run around in Elf? I don't know.
You see what I mean?
Does he run around? Yes,
like that's
because
one
he's
of
a
the main
baby.
things about Will
He's a
Ferrell.
baby
He'll
in,
always just run
Elf
around his
for a little
underwear.
while. So he's got a little. He
That's
literally
not
has
him
a little
though.
diaper.
That's the character Elf. This is the only
It
time I'll
counts,
ever
it
have to
counts.
defend Elf. Is
It counts. Oh jeez. So that's. Sorry, got off track from Mark Wahlberg, but
Spy Kids, actually.
Spy Kids. All part of the plan. All part of the plan.
Let's look back.
We're gonna go on a quick break, and then we're gonna start talking about Halloween and all that fun stuff. Stay tuned. You are listening to Ryan Reviews the Universe, and this is WIUX. Today is November 1st, which means yesterday
Spooky season's done.
Spooky season is done.
Wow.
And today
Quick.
is the most holy of holidays. Anyone?
Holy Day?
Half off candy day. Let's get it right.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Actually, my uncle Matt is a dentist, and he would probably want me to say on air that today is actually, National Floss Day.
National Floss Day.
Not that anyone flosses really.
We
but
tell our dentists we floss.
that's what I tell. That's what I tell
One
my
of the
uncle.
white lies.
My uncle Matt, the dentist.
Does he check your teeth when you go over to his place? Just like
he will.
look in there.
Give me a little look. Nephew.
Pulls out that weird little
Wanna
like
see your
mirror
chompers.
thing. What is that even called, bro? I've always wondered.
He'll make a comment. He's like, had any cavities recently, and I'll be like, no, Uncle Matt, and it'll be good from there. But no, my
Then he gives you a thing of floss.
Nah, that he what did he get me last time? Half the time it's just he's a Packers fan and I'm a Bears fan, so half the time it's just snarky gifts between or bets between the Packers and Bears.
Ooh.
So, like for instance, if the Bears beat the Packers, we get a bunch of Wisconsin cheese, and if the Packers beat the Bears, we give them some Chicago brats and all that stuff.
There you go.
So yeah,
It's a good bet.
that's the arrangement. What was I going to say? Yeah, so half off candy today, National Floss Day, November 1st. But yesterday was Halloween. What did you guys do for Halloween?
Well, as you know, the radio might not, but if you're driving in your car, listening in your dorm, I actually am a bouncer at sports. So I was working last night.
Really? How
I
was
saw
that?
some pretty funny costumes. Somebody dressed up as Ken Nunn. And they wore
hilarious.
a little boxcar around them, which was a Rolls Royce. And they
Oh,
had that
nice.
1-800 Call Ken. They had the Call Ken vanity plate. That was my favorite costume of the night.
That actually is pretty good.
One of my good friends, Ed Lockwood, if you're listening, this one goes to you, bud. He dressed up as the Duo notification thing. So it was just a white T-shirt, and he drew like call, send push text, send like all that stuff, like the Duo opening page. It was super creative, and like hats off to you, Ben.
Those are my favorite costumes that like no one's ever really done before because like there's no reason to do it. But it's so original and simple that you could do it in like half an hour.
Oh no, definitely, yeah. I think it got posted to like the Tab IU or like a bunch of other stuff like that. So my boy's famous now.
Did you guys dress up?
I was sort of stuck in the same boat as you. I was stuck at Dagwood's on a closed shift, so not that much fun stuff for me. So yeah,
We had an employee party on Wednesday, and all the employees were dressed up, and I thought it'd be funny if I dressed up as like a theme to a bar.
Okay.
So I went to Goodwill. I bought an alarm clock, a Wi-Fi router, a couple Ethernet cables, and I was a Vegas bomb.
Jeez.
That's really good.
I thought that was pretty good. Nobody really got. They're like, "What are you? A ticking time?" I'm like, "No, look at my. I'm wearing cards and poker chips on my shirt."
Okay.
And I'm wearing a bomb. Like I'm a Vegas bomb.
There you go.
Which could be misconstrued as some other things, but for the most part, I think people got it.
You need to get like neon lights and just like wear it as a suit or something like that.
Yeah.
Be a casino.
Be a casino.
Casino.
Lucas the casino.
You get
A house.
I don't know. Yeah, so not that much interesting stuff. I did this Halloween. Any like
me neither, honestly.
So what would you guys say like was the best costume you guys went as so far in your life, or just as kids in general, or all that stuff?
That's a hard one, man.
Really?
I
think I was a Jedi for like 5 straight years.
Nice.
So I mean, it's never a bad look. You just whip out the robes and like pull out the plastic lightsaber, and you're set.
Is it the one that's like pre-lightsaber, like it just lights up, or is it the one that you have to like swing your arm for it to shoot out?
Is the one where you have to swing your arm
Yeah.
or for it to
Those
shoot
were
out?
the best.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah. So, but I don't think that was my best one.
I don't know. I used to want to be some like outrageous things. Like I wanted to be. I told my mom I want to be something scary this year. I want to be like the scariest thing imaginable.
Okay.
A bucket of nuclear waste, right? So,
Nice.
It wasn't scary. Like the costume was not scary at all. I just went as like
There's a bucket.
a bucket, and it happened to have like the nuclear waste symbol on it. Not scary to anybody, but I thought it was like it was one of those cute kid costumes. You know? Like, oh, they tried. Right?
Just the hazmat symbol, and it's just Lucas in a bucket.
I'm in like a foam bucket that I made for myself. Yeah, my hair's green. I thought like I'd be scared of me. Like especially if I was like a 40-year-old now dressing up as that, like a kid's costume, I'd be scared.
I think the scariest thing I've done so far was probably a couple days ago, actually.
Uh-oh.
I got a name tag from work, like a blank one, and there's like this little machine where you can type out stuff. So I instinctively typed student loans and just put on my name tag. And like 25 minutes before the party, I just memorized a whole bunch of random facts and just like walked around telling people all these random facts about student loans. Like, hi, I'm student loans. Did you know that like 3 million senior Americans are still paying off their student loan debt?
That's
other
existential.
That's
not
yeah,
scary.
It follows you everywhere you go. You can't even file bankruptcy. It's still
like,
there.
If you're like a few deep and you're hearing that, that's going to make your night turn for the worse. Jeez. Let's see. I don't think I've ever gone as anything scary.
Like genuinely scary.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone as anything genuinely scary. I was a bag of popcorn once, and that was pretty cool. Yeah, just like cardboard, same sort of deal, and there's just a popcorn box, and I think it was just like pieces of paper slightly burnt to make them like look
I was
yellow.
gonna ask, was it scary because it was burnt popcorn?
I didn't smell good.
So
there was that.
It's good for the costume.
Yeah. Let's see. I went as Dwight Schrute. That's
That's
for like
classic.
a group thing. It was classic. It was classic.
I think I saw last night. I saw one Dwight and one 3-hold paper when I was at the root cellar.
Do you know what I really wanted to do this year? I wanted to be, Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
You've got Sporky.
Oh, you wanted to be a plastic spoon.
I want to be a plastic spoon, and I just want to I'm trash, and then jump into like a trash bin somewhere on Kirkwood. Just for the joke.
Pop out of the trash can.
Yeah,
Get on Barstool, Indiana by doing that.
Anyone listening right now, that is the best way to get on Barstool. Like, trust me. Like, if you're going out on Saturday, I guarantee if you do that, you will get on Barstool
Easily.
There was,
But what was I going to say? Like I would immediately after jumping into the giant trash can, I would go home and take a shower. But like, as long as I could do it for the one joke.
For the one joke. And get it on camera, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For the memories.
Must be documentation, yeah.
There was a group costume the other night. There were 3 guys dressed as a camera crew for an adult video website, Brazzers. And they were just going around with a camera filming people, trying to make them do dumb things.
Oh,
and that was a funny costume, I thought.
Wait,
that
did they have
pretty
like
good.
Brazzers tees or something? Or
They had Brazzers tees. They had like a little cardboard box they turned into a camera. And it said Brazzers on it. They had a boom guy too with like a microphone.
No way. That's
but
actually
half the
great.
microphone got confiscated at the door because it was just like a wood dowel that you could just hit somebody with really hard. But like, so he was just holding like a microphone around. Like,
were you guys like confiscating lightsabers and stuff, or
lightsabers? If they were retractable, probably not.
Okay.
But there were like somebody tried to bring in like a police baton.
Open carry
weren't gonna
lightsaber.
let. Yeah.
That was the craziest thing that you took away?
There were like a lot of things that like you wouldn't think would hurt somebody could probably hurt somebody, like the plastic swords or like tridents. Like,
oh yeah,
you don't want people bringing that in because like they could mess with things up,
Yeah.
especially if you've
Someone
ever
could just
been
throw it.
in the jungle part of the bar.
no, definitely.
Crazy. Like you can't really move as is, and if
Yeah.
somebody has a weapon, they're just gonna bat their way to the bar.
Okay. Any other funny Halloween stories you guys can think of? No.
Not off the top of my head.
No,
I was Einstein one year.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, Power Rangers. I've been Power Rangers a whole bunch.
Really?
Power Rangers?
Yeah. I mean,
Still
it's
today,
classic.
to this
Solid.
day.
Not
Power
Not to this
Rangers?
day, but, you know,
Solid one.
a couple times I was Power Ranger.
That's a good one. I'm trying to think, like, if you guys could go as something for Halloween, like if Halloween was like tomorrow, you could buy anything you wanted for the costume. You had no budget.
Got it.
What would you be?
I would deck myself out in a Star Wars the Rebel pilot suits. I think those look slick. Either that or Chewbacca or what would be another thing I'd be?
I'd go as a Chad.
Like
what would I be?
A Chad?
Yeah.
Explain. Like
You know,
a hanging
like-
Chad? Like I've seen
Like,
that costume yesterday.
You know, like the Sperry's,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
the plaid
They
shirt.
had to do it to him.
Had to do it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Buy a
that's
nice
fair.
chain, you know,
Sure,
Cuban
sure.
style or something.
You have the entire some billionaires funding your Halloween costume, and that's what you pick.
Sure.
It's like, imagine like Jeff Bezos is
Ken
throwing.
Nunn.
Get
Ken
anywhere.
Nunn, better yet, Ken Nunn is
Ken
throwing a
Nunn.
Halloween party tomorrow. It's a belated Halloween party,
And
and he is paying everyone's costume.
Yep.
And the winner of the costume party gets, I don't know, $2
his
million,
house.
right? His house, yeah, his business. You get to be Ken Nunn.
Sweet.
He's retiring, and he's giving his business away to the
jeez.
winner of the costume party, and you become a Chad.
Sure.
Okay,
I'd get in. Yeah, dude. You got the natties?
that's fair, I guess. If you really sell it though, you gotta
Okay.
sell it.
what would you be?
Oh, don't put me on the spot.
Well, you're the one asking the question. Like,
Well, I actually haven't thought of
You
one.
get his job.
okay.
I would be if there's no budget, right?
Yeah, no
I can be
budget.
anything. Then I'd be like wear a jogger suit like I'm running in like a marathon,
Uh-huh.
and then I would have somebody driving an ambulance right in front of me, and I would just be an ambulance chaser. That would be my costume.
So you would rent out an ambulance.
I would.
To,
Well, yeah.
just
Those
like
bad
Bill
boys.
it
slowly-
to Ken Nunn. Yeah.
I mean, the Reewoo rides
can
are like
afford it.
10K to the hospital.
The
or
Wee
something
Woo
like
wagon.
that. Yeah.
Those are not.
It
cheap.
would be a stunt one, but still. Like,
Oh yeah, it would be a smaller
that's
ambulance.
still probably
like-
a pretty penny or two. Oh, jeez. Seeing as it is November, I have a query for you guys.
Sure.
What's your opinion on Christmas music being played at this time of year?
It is too early right now. I would give it one day after Thanksgiving.
You see,
Same. I actually agree with that.
I am one of
I
those
agree with that.
heretics who I open.
you already-
I opened my phone
Shame.
today,
Shame.
and the
Dude, it's
first
too
thing that
early.
greets me on Reddit is Mariah Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is You," and I'm like, "Oh, it's gonna be a good day." And then I
At
start
least
playing-
give like the Target. At least give the Target and Walmart
I
employees
don't
time to
wanna
take
love
away
Yeah,
for
take
Christmas.
away.
Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
Take that down and put up the Christmas stuff. Once the
Well,
stores are
it's like a
decorated,
weird transition to like Thanksgiving type stuff. and
There's
then
like a day
Christmas.
for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
like a month before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
They-
pretend to be European, pretend that Thanksgiving isn't a thing.
It already
and-
happened.
And
You
Christmas.
can be
baby.
Canadian. Thanksgiving happened in like the beginning of October for
Right?
them.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I love me some Christmas music, and I understand how mad that makes some people. Like if I'm in a car with like a bunch of people and I put on,
I think
That's kind of
What's
torture
that really
at this
good
point.
Bruce
It
Springsteen?
is a little bit early.
there are
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
this goes back to like movies about like that are themed around Christmas, and then songs that are themed about Christmas. 'Cause there
don't-
are some songs that are Christmas songs that
Mhm.
can be played year round.
That's
Mhm.
true.
So I'm okay with
Like
those
Mariah
songs.
Carey's "All I Want for Christmas Is
I
You."
will give you that one. I will give you that one because it's such a good song. But like, there's also like, "All I Want for Christmas Is My Two Front Teeth." Like that song is a Christmas song. You cannot play that any other time of the year.
But that's not a banger.
It's not. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
It's
okay.
like Elf, right? Elf is not a banger to me. You can play that at Christmas, but you can't watch it year round.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I actually think that while I'm okay with listening to Christmas music at the very beginning of November. I think I have to wait until after Thanksgiving in order to be okay with
full
Christmas.
blast it.
So you feel a little guilty
Christmas
about
movies.
Christmas. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So I'll wait until after Thanksgiving for Christmas movies.
I think that's fair because there's only there's a finite number of Christmas movies. There's Christmas songs are endless.
I don't know. If you go on Netflix, there might as well be a million of them. It's just like half.
Well, Netflix has like almost anything you can think of nowadays.
And they're all mostly ones,
There's not that
ones
bad.
to -3s.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this movie the other day. It was like I forget what it's called.
Not that. The ones I've seen at least are not that great.
Are you talking about Netflix originals? Or
I would
Netflix
say
originals,
just streaming original Christmas movies in general, like if Hulu or HBO or like literally all streaming devices, like their original Christmas movies are going to be bad.
I agree with you. I would give HBO the benefit of the doubt, though. I haven't seen their Christmas movies,
I
but
don't
their
think they have one.
content.
I think it was just throwing HBO in there to.
You're just throwing them under the bus too.
Cover all the bases, you know, just in case they do have one.
You're throwing the home box office under the bus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I found that one movie I was talking about on Netflix, though. Have you seen Eli?
Eli.
Yeah, it's 2019, rated R.
Is it about like Eli Lilly and?
No. So it's actually a very interesting, I think.
A boy becomes trapped in a haunted house while undergoing treatment for a rare disease. So it's a horror movie.
Yeah, but it's not a horror movie.
Is it
So
like
it's a horror thriller?
Cancer movie?
I like if I tell you what it is, it just ruins the whole plot of the movie. It really only develops at the last 5 minutes.
Okay. Is it like The Haunting of Hill House?
No, it's like not a scary movie until the end. Like
Oh,
when the end happens,
Huh.
it changes the whole aspect of the thriller like / scary movie part.
Huh.
It's very interesting, and I think they're actually going to make a couple like sequels to this. And
Really?
I'm actually pretty pumped for it because it's finally time that we started making movies like this, in my opinion.
Well, like just scary movies in general.
Ye-
For whatever reason, horror movies are probably the most profitable of like any genre as far as how much it costs to make them to how much they make at the box office.
Well, yeah, because all you do is just shake the camera.
Yeah.
Although,
That's all you got to
I
do.
think,
Sure.
I think a little bit more goes into it than that, but like
shaky
really
camera.
though, the Paranormal Activity movies were done like a couple of them were done
don't
under
remember
a
any of
couple $1 million.
those.
yeah, it's like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like those
yeah.
movies are their own classification though of scary movies because they're not like they're scary, but they're more shock horror. I like the creepy suspense build up horror that like every time you watch it you kind of get like nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like jump scare movies, like
Yeah,
you
I
can
hate those.
you can
I hate
know when the
those.
scares are and you can prepare yourself.
They all follow the same algorithm.
Okay, guys.
basically.
Favorite horror movie, go, because we've got 30 seconds left before we got a skedaddle.
Oh my god, 30 seconds to do that?
I mean, I'm on the
Shining.
clock too.
The Shining, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Because
too.
it's a good one.
All right, yeah, I would probably pick The Shining as well. And in that, after that consensus, we must call Ryan Reviews the Universe, otherwise known as this weird timeline. Call it to the close. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Ryan Mason Cup,
I'm Lucas Newell.
And I'm Ian Morin.
and thank you so much to Noah and Nate.
Thanks a lot, Nate.
For filming us today. Stay tuned to WIUX and have a great November fall day.